They have also dropped charges against him. He was never charged, but his name is in here. We want the public to be aware that the case has become a political case. I'm calling on the opposition community to let them know that this case is a political case. It's not only about Yehkeh, it's about the opposition community. And after this case, if I don't get the support of the opposition community, I will make a decision after this case. If people will sit and say, Yehkeh have been bought, yes, let me be bought. Who can be bought? If I'm a commodity, I can be bought. But this case is about the opposition community, and they need to stand up. If I will have to fight the case alone, I will make decision alone. And I will never regret on my decision I will make alone. The case has become political. People that directly took part in the case, I was charged for facilitation. The people that were alleged that they committed the crime, the charges have been dropped against them. Because when I received the information from the county engineer office, when they started having meetings with my security, the person told me, if you don't sack these people now, at the end of the day, you will regret it. He said, I mean today, sack them today, and you will get a result. This is the result. The result has come. Ambassador, we have dropped all charges against all my securities. All charges against all my securities that want to take away my life. And they are going to use them as state witness against me. That's the right. But I know the code will rule. I know the code will rule, and I know the code will rule in my favor. I'm confident that the code will rule in my favor. I want to again call on the opposition communities, the opposition leaders. Let them be aware that it is because I am critical, it is because I'm speaking for the Liberian people, I have been targeted by Ambassador M.Weah on so many occasions. The president has sent people here to my house. People came here and opened fire to my house. Nothing has been done. I have my children program. People came here and opened fire to my children program. Brutal lost the children. Nothing has been done. And the speaker of the house have not said anything about it. But when the 25 the money issue came out, the speaker was bold to say no member of the house will be tried. Because he wants to cover up corruption issues that have been brought before the Liberian people. But Mr. Speaker, the challenge is up to you. You said it. But because you don't have the political will, you don't have the power to do anything that Ambassador M.Weah get a hand in. So you got nothing to say. It's a disgrace to you, Mr. Speaker. It's a disgrace to you. I know those people that were sacked by me met you. I call it to them. But Mr. Speaker, it's a challenge for you to get involved with my office issue. Then you will know who I am. Get involved with my office issue. Then you will know who I am, Mr. Speaker. I know that, yes. The people went to Sir Joseph. My securities went to Sir Joseph. And Sir Joseph, I challenge you to get in my office issue. The problem you should be solving now, how the soul that on your phone will be killed. That's what you should be solving now. I'm aware that my security also went to David Koti. I'm aware, Honorable Koti. The problem you should be solving, Honorable Koti, is about the kickball team. The kickball team that you put together and you were accused for rape. You need to talk about it. But I'm not going to go low to you people. As far as I'm concerned, is from the speaker down, you are all low people. I'm going to go up. The challenge have come, Liberian people. I want the world to be aware. The Liberian people in the diaspora to be aware that Ambassador M.Weah have dropped all the charges against all my security because he didn't succeed in using them to kill me. I was informed by his people that those people have been paid to kill me. When I said it, people came up with a lot of issues, and this is the evidence. Can you imagine? This is the evidence. Don't worry, I will give you a copy. I will give you a copy. This is the evidence. All the charges have been dropped against all my security. And Friday, they will be having 2 of my security to go and testify against me. Come and see the drama on Friday. Our criminal code A. We will be there. I'm going to tell my counselors, to tell the judge, that we need to speed up with this case. The case was scheduled Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think it can be from Monday straight to Friday now. So we can speed up with the case. The Lpr resources have been used to prosecute me falsely. Falsely. When I say the cases of political cases, they put, oh, all of you people were indicted. Yes, all of us have been indicted. But now, the indictment only cover Honorable Yehkeh Kolubah alone. All the people that I wrote the justice ministry that the government have put now to take away my life have been taken from this paper. The court, the government have dropped charges against all my securities to use them as state witness. I want you people to be aware that the government had decided to carry on witch hunt. Ambassador M.Weah had decided to carry on his dictator attitude against me. And it will not work because I believe in the court. That is why every time the court call for the case, I'm always there before time. You ask the judge, he will tell you. When God has said in the doubt, because I want justice to be served. And I know justice will be served. I'm 100% sure that justice will be served. So you please know that when Yehkeh says something, that's a reality. I don't say something and joke with it. I'm aware that the government want to get rid of me. You think I'm not aware? I'm aware. But for each time they play, no, they play their coup. People from among them will give me the information through my phones. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we want to say today, I listened to the president's speech. The president talked about state of emergency to be declared on Friday. And the president also took himself to become chief clerk to inform the legislature to reconvene on tomorrow. You see why I said we should be a separate branch under the, we should be placed under the executive? Because the president is giving us instruction to assemble tomorrow in the to have joint session tomorrow. You cannot tell us when to have joint session. You get your document right before you. Like talk about April 12th. Then you say the state of emergency will start April 10th. Then you say the state of emergency will start in March 10th. We agree, Mr. President. The Lpr hold your speech. Next year, March 10th, the president say the state of emergency is going to start. Because you're very insensitive. You know what to do. All you want to do now, you are put Finabolo in position where they will go and take the Lpr resources and bring it back to you. Mr. President, I'm asking you to please put something aside for the print and electronic media. The print and electronic media, please put something aside for them. The people are struggling. Some of them to their offices, they are not taking pay for 6-7 months. So when you call them to come to work, you should be able to give them something. Don't eat all you want, like you know you want to do. You have sent your office staff to run beyond the Lpr resources to carry it back to you, so you can loot the Lpr money. In a state of emergency, there should be some provision of the Constitution that's supposed to be discussed in it. Because if you just open a blanket state of emergency where the Lpr will now have the right of habeas corpus. When you arrest the citizen because you want to create this state of emergency to arrest us, where there will be no habeas corpus, then for the court to demand you to bring us before the court so you can keep us there, Mr. Dictator. That is what we're going to discuss. Thank God, Mr. Chief Clerk, Mr. Ambassador, we are Chief Clerk. You have informed us that we'll be in the joint chamber tomorrow. We'll be having the joint session tomorrow, so we can discuss this. We're going to discuss it. In my mind, before you create a state of emergency, you must pay the people to be able to get money to buy food for their homes. Yeah, we agree you get money, you get the donors money, you can use it any kind of way you feel like. But the Lpr do not have money. We agree you have created a state of emergency, but please tell Honorable Koji to stop running behind our citizens down Walasa and harassing them. That's Mr. March 10, 2021. We know the state of emergency starting next year. The president have announced that March 10 next year, 2020, the state of emergency will start. I'm not saying it. I'm quoting the president of this country. That I see something big on the paper that I don't know it. The only thing he knows is to chop the Lpr money. Mr. President, but I can show you that the case between you and myself. I will defeat you, Wegube. I will defeat you. And we want to say today, the president has set up bad precedents in this country. There's a provision in the constitution that says any decision that is taken by any judges, they cannot be held liable for it. But you have set up bad precedents. So we want the judges to be aware that any government come, they can impeach them. You people allow Cabinet General to be impeached against the constitution. And you people have set up bad precedents. So we are watching you people for the next government to come. So when they start impeaching judges around here or justices around here, do not complain because you accepted it from the initial stage. Bad governance. Dictatorship. Mr. President, you are a dictator. You are a strong dictator and we know it. But we're going to the house tomorrow. I'll be calling on the Liberian people that if those provisions are not met, so we can tell the president, Mr. President, the constitution say, article so and so say, that in the state of emergency, there should be something for habeas corpus. The constitution section, they say this. I can't remember it. But we'll bring it out tomorrow in session. If we have to go, because the chief clerk, Ambassador Yehkeh have announced will be in session tomorrow. He's the new chief clerk of the house now. So Liberian people, the president have now announced that the state of emergency will be starting next year, March 10. 2021. So be aware. Be aware. I'm not saying it. So don't quote me. Quote the president because it's in his State of Nation address. You spoke for 2 minutes. You didn't say nothing with sense. Everything you said was about chopping money. You just want to declare so you can chop the Liberian resources. But you will be prosecuted, Mr. President. You set the precedence to impeach Cabinet General. You have set the precedence for all to go against the constitution to prosecute you, to bring the Liberian money that you use to build your property, the 19 duplexes, and buying properties in Ghana every month. He buying property in Ghana. Take me to the court. I will take my evidence there. I go to Ghana most of the time, Mr. President. So please be aware that they have dropped the charges against my security, and they will be coming as state witness. On Friday, they will be bringing 3 of them as state witness on Friday against me. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I hope you people prevail on the people to keep something on the side for the press, the print and electronic media, so you people can get something. Don't do free work. James Goodday Flomo, don't do free work. The institution do not have money. The government owe the institution money. You prove me wrong. And they can't pay. Then they want you to do free work. Why they get people there, Judy Andy, then they giving them 10,000 naira to sing one song. And Barcelona, we are told 5,000 naira to go in studio to sing one song. How much money will get Takun J then? So Takun J then not singing again. They have left everything with him. Mr. Musician, go and sing. We'll be listening to you. Thank you for coming and thank you very much.
So gentlemen, state your name and your caution.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, over. General, go ahead. I don't need a general here.
For Lpr-Tv. Honorable Kolubah, your presentation of this particular court document today to the media seems like you're troubled or disturbed at this. That your security now have been relieved from what they've been initially indicted of, and they're going as state witness against you. Are you truly troubled by this?
I am not. I'm aware they were going to happen. You think I'm not aware? I'm aware that I took the action I took. And the Liberian people didn't believe what I was taking the action. And I took the action. This is what came out of the action. All the charges have been dropped against them. Look, when you enter the court, I have not been directly indicted by anybody, including the police officer. I have not been directly indicted. When you come to the case, the only thing the police officer said, Keita, Morgan. Keita, Morgan. All the witnesses that came. Keita, Morgan beat the man. They took the man to Yehkeh house. Keita, Morgan beat the man. They have not said Yehkeh beat the man. You understand what? You think I'm afraid? Look, I'm not afraid. I will drag Ambassador Weah to the mud. I drag his candidate in 2009 and 2017. I told you I will drag your candidate. Why were in 14,800? Your candidate were in 4,200. I drag his candidate. You think I'm afraid? I will drag Ambassador Weah to the mud. And after his term, he will be prosecuted. We'll drag him to the court.
Yeah, Honorable Yehkeh Kolubah. My name is James Good day, Flomo, Spoon FM. I listened to you reacting to the president's statement that he just issued a few minutes ago regarding the state of emergency. What is it that you as a lawmaker, though the president has called for a joint session tomorrow, what is the problem or what you want the president to say that will help to impart lives while we observe this constitutional mandate?
What I want the president to say is to tell Honorable Koji to stop running after our people down water, sir. Is to pay the civil servant, let them get money to be able to buy. It's not a bad thing if the virus is in this country to stay home because nobody want to die. But it's not timely. You can't have a state of emergency where people do not have money to buy food. You can't have a state of emergency where you running after our people, they got to go find food to eat every day. We can't have a state of emergency where you imposing that the people down water are paying their store red, white, and blue when they do not have money. So the money they're supposed to find food with, they are being forced to buy pin. So it's not timely.
Follow up to that question. Follow up.
The last one.
Follow up. What is your fear? Today you have one of those people that used to be around you going now as a state witness. What is your fear? And next to that, how prepared are you? I listened to you talking about defeating the president in this case. How prepared are you when it comes to defeating the president?
I am prepared. I'm not afraid of anybody going to go testify against me. Because the records are there. They made statement to the police station. Are they going to contradict their own statement that they made to the police station? Are they going to do that? So we watch to see. Look, I believe in the court. I will always say this. I believe in the judgment of the court. I believe in the judgment of the court. I believe in the judgment and the wisdom of this judge. He will make a sound judgment. And whatsoever judgment that will come out, I will accept it. Because in my mind, I believe in him. I believe you are a God-fearing person. And he knows the truth. He knows the truth. And the truth will be spread on the meanings.
Okay, no, Yehkeh, Kolubah, my name is Winston Hammer. We've been following the case informing you and your security when you guys went at the police station. In this particular case, you were charged for criminal facilitation. Now today, you then left in the hope with these 4 other guys going at the court to testify against you. That's my first question. And tomorrow you guys will be at the parliament. What are you going to tell your colleagues at the parliament when it comes to the president's state state of emergency? What are you going to tell your colleagues?
I'm going to make my input. Majority will carry the deal. The minority presence will be fair. But I'm going to make my input. And my input will be, it's not timely for the state of emergency right now. Don't find money to give to our people. Look, state of emergency is not a normal thing. It's not something that can be, that is common in this country. I've never been here before. Because, look, when you hear other people talking about state of emergency, they get the people prepared. You can't be hungry and do state of emergency, Ambassador. We are not because your stomach full. Our people's stomach empty. Pay them. Let the people get their money. Go in the land. You stay in the land. When you go to the bank, you can't get your own money. Where's the money? How the people buy things to stay in their homes to eat? They are listening to the president and say only family heirs will come up. You know how long it will take you to determine who is a family heir? They mean lack of knowledge. He got one knowledge. He got one idea. I'm saying Ambassador Weah ain't got one knowledge. You want to ask me who you're referring to, right? I'm saying Ambassador Weah ain't got one sense. Maybe when I say knowledge, you're not understanding. He ain't got one sense. So he just talk the way he feel like. The press conference should have been here by 12. Now so, you know why I went to 1 o'clock? No. Because while in the hall with the asking a question, he couldn't answer. He was feeling forgetting what was in the press statement. So they took him back for rehearsal.
Was it there?
I was there. I getting information. How do I get information? How do I get information? You understand what I'm saying? So they took him back for rehearsal. When they went to rehearse him, when he came back, he still forgot about April 10th and went to March 10th. The guy is very dull. He get data.
Your case.
Yeah.
I said you're charged.
Yeah, I've been charged for facilitation. The mean doer that was charged that said I gave them the instruction have been released. So the facilitator now is a mean man now. So we'll fight the case.
You think they're trying to transfer the crime?
That's what they're trying to do. But crime is not transferable under the law. that we know that crime is not transferable under the law. If you my son, you committed any crime, I come in at KMTV. If you my son and you committed any crime, your crime cannot come to me. It's not transferable under the law. I said the Liberal National Police for 15 years. You understand? The police officer got there, he couldn't indict me. He said, because I'm a permanent citizen of this place.
Okay.
When the crime went on, I couldn't take no action. So I was supposed to take action or the police supposed to take action. Lying on an oath. But the day will reach where the judge will make his judgment. We wait for that day for the judge to make his judgment. This case is a political case and I will discuss it at any time. Because it has become political.
KMTV.
Yeah, I'm Amos Kozao from KMTV. Yeah, Kolubah, the president will now work for the court, and you always bringing the president into everything that you do. The president is not the one sitting there to judge the cases, and you still bringing him into this.
Yeah, because the rivalry is between the president and myself. I criticize him every day. So he want to get to me, he want to kill me, he want to take away my life. Today my family not here in Ezra. Because can you imagine twins, young babies, 2 months were trapping. The president ordered that she seize their passport. How disgraceful the man is. You're embarrassment to this country. Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Honorable Kolubah, before becoming speaker, he was an ordinary lawmaker. He knows the workings of the House. In your statement, you accuse Speaker Chimos of interfering in your workings. Now I'm going to ask you for evidence that he had met with your people.
No, I'm quoting my security. They said they met him. And I challenged him to interfere with my office business.
Including Senator Joseph.
Yeah.
Where?
They went to them.
Where?
They went to them to interfere with my office business. And they do not have the authority. They do not have the authority. I challenge even the president to interfere with my office business. If he mean well, just he told the people to kill me and they didn't succeed, let him employ them. He got a lot of facilities around to employ them. When Speaker Chima mean well, I decide, my man, if you're working for me, I sleep tomorrow, I have bad dream, but I will sack you. I'm not answerable to Buffer Chima. I'm not answerable to him. I'm my office affairs. And he got a challenge him to get involved.
What will you advise your colleagues to do ahead of tomorrow's meeting?
Well,
By the president?
I think we should disagree with the president for the first time in the history of the 54th to disagree with the president that telling him that the state of emergency is not timely. Our people do not have food to eat and the country is very tough. Maybe curfew can be okay. After 6 o'clock, people go in. But state of emergency entails other things. They're coming to start arresting people and keeping them as their will. That's what the president, that's what the dictator want to do. That's what the dictator want to do. He coming to start arresting people and keeping them as his will. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I blame him, I blame the Liberian people that brought the embarrassment to themselves.
Last question.
All right, Thomas Jansen from Super FM and Super TV. Just yesterday, Honorable Kolubah, you did ask your staffers to return 50 buckets that we saw on the M.Weah's project, and from what we are informed about is the buckets came in from the collaboration of political parties' women. So now you rejected the bucket. Are you saying that lawmakers are not part of this fight against the coronavirus?
We are part, we're not running campaign. I say he must take a picture from on it and keep it to rehab. That's what I'm saying. We are part of it. You saw us dividing bucket here. I did not put picture on it. The money, the people, the money that came, they're not a personal money, Ambassador Weah. The time you play football, you want all the title in the country. You do nothing with your money. Don't use the Lpr-Tv resources to enrich yourself. To use the Lpr-Tv with their own money. That's what I said. When he take those pictures from them, they bring them back here, I will take them and give them to my people. And now he campaign chair, yeah? Then you go under the sycamore tree. And go run a campaign there. The final message is Ambassador Weah, please be aware that we are going to session tomorrow. I'm going to talk to my police for us to reject this state of emergency because it's not timely. Our people are suffering. Not find a way for us to pay our people. Even the way you say next year, March 10, 2021, it not stay timely. We want to carry it to 2026 so the people can get enough food to eat. Mr. Man, when they put restaurant on the paper, look at it. Don't be thinking about how you're going to loot the Lpr-Tv money.
That's him on
I want to say,
Him
it's up to you.
Thank you,
It's up to you.
Now you get it?